you could, but you see people.
Yeah. I walked from an office round and...
Oh, another way you were like... and I'm like, of course we've got an Audi. Oh yeah, Brighton being Billy Big Bollocks. Audi.
Ken Aldi's, we invented
We've got
Aldi's.
Aldi's, we got Lidl's, we got one of them fucking hypermarket Aldi's that are just ridiculously big.
Yeah, more about the... Not more about the accessories, but food and lots of bullshit in
Have
the
you got
centre.
them? Have you got them supermarkets now that like you scan yourself?
Being self-service.
No, as in so you walk in there and you pick up like a barcode reader, like a little gun.
Right, we do, but nobody can figure out how to use them, so they just kind of sit there.
Amazing. Like it's standing
It's
in
just,
the big as that we've got.
and
people just
that's the
going,
only place I have them is Asda.
yeah, but that'll be the norm soon, and it'll be in another 5 years. Because what they're hoping to do, I think there is a store like this in the world. It's like an Amazon store, and you walk in, you do something as you walk in, but basically everything you pick up, it knows what you picked up. Then you just walk to the checkout. You don't even need to fucking scan it yourself.
It's like a bar thing in a hotel, mini bar system. So you're talking about where you pick it up and do.
Possibly, but it's
a plate
for supermarkets.
Yeah. So what do you do with this scanner thing? Do you just use that to scan what you've got?
Yeah, it's a gun like it already works in you do it in wholesalers like cash and carry.
Yeah,
that's what you do. Yeah, you go out there and you just pick up. But then now they're doing them in like the Asda's and stuff.
I like that. Nobody can work them out. Of course they can't. Fucking dumb jocks. It's because there's no instructions for them. They just kind of sit there. And kind of like having somebody to speak to at the side.
I'll just picture a man walking around outside the supermarket going, "Oh, you fire."
I think people tend to steal them as well, so they tend to get kind of kept behind the tills. People take them and take them to bits. Me.
That place I was talking about, Neom, the Octagon in the Suez Canal, they're building in England, Saudi Arabia. That's going to have like delivery robots and drones. That's going to be integrated. It's a smart city, so you're just going to be able to send stuff to people. I bet the Wi-Fi is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Like 6G before it even exists anywhere else. They'll have the first of everything, I reckon. You've seen pictures of Dubai 30 years ago?
No, just fuck all.
Desert.
Yeah, desert. Total.
They terraform the land and everything.
Yeah. Quite impressive, but obviously it's not well developed in the human rights state of fucking things.
Do you know what thing is? I have heard that. I mean, who knows what's propaganda? So take it with a lot of stuff. But I've heard that it's kind of overhyped by our media because it's
totally alien to us all.
Yeah, I've heard people just saying like, no, there are just gay people living in the Arabic countries, including Qatar, and they're fine, they're not arrested.
I suppose it's frowned upon, but it's no as you expect them to get kicked in as soon as you see you.
I mean, I'm confident they're still guilty of all the fucking worker,
human rights.
The African buildings for their fucking. But they probably did that before the World Cup anyway. To be honest, it's probably just the World Cup that shone a light on it. But the Arabs could. I mean, it's in the world's interest to. They got so much money. They got such vision for the future. Like that octagon thing. Britain could never build an octagon because they spend all their time in politics arguing. Whereas where it's a kingdom, I know it's got its downsides, but they get to plan that far ahead. They're like legacy. Like in 200 years' time, imagine what those countries are going to be like compared to everyone else, including America and us, even Europe, frankly. I think Europe's one of the coolest, areas in the world purely because it's just driving to another culture.
Have you ever been to France before?
Yeah. Been most of Europe. I forget that I have, but I've been fucking Italy, Ukraine, Czech Republic, Poland.
You can get to France tonight if you wanted to.
Oh, I could get to. No, I couldn't get to Greece tonight.
Shit. But you hear these tales of like man from Manchester meets up in France after a bender. How? Surely
Duncan
you,
did that in
I don't know
Thailand.
how you would get. I mean, I've done daft stuff, but I don't know how they would even accept you getting there. Like, some drunk man showed up at the airport and they let him fucking plane. I don't know.
Duncan literally went on a bender and went to Thailand to get a Big Mac.
He must have been aware what he was doing at some point.
I mean, he didn't decide to go for a Big Mac, but while he was there, he just went, fuck it, I'll get a Big Mac. Right.
Yeah.
He literally got a Big Mac and went home, that's it.
But see, I've done stuff where like, I've been at a pub with my mates, and I was like, Kim, what? I'm going to walk into that shop and get a guitar. And they'll go like, wake up and fucking flat and there's a £600 guitar next to me. I'm like, oh no. Like that. But for me to physically get on an
That's
airport,
the conundrum. How's he navigated, like, you know?
I suppose it's like the movie Hangover.
He's just a nutter from Zante, but he's also a businessman out there. He's owned a few bars out there, so like every season he can sort of earn like €80,000. And what he pretty much does is he works like hard for 6-7 months, like every day, all day, and then just in the winter he'll go to Bali one winter, like go to Thailand another winter. Sometimes he's very rarely, but he has spent it in England. But he just does whatever the fuck he wants all the time. He's got all that money. He doesn't think about. He saves several thousands of, like, you know, a few tens of grand. So I think he probably got backed up. But yeah, that's the thing. If you met him as well, he's a fucking wreckhead. Like it shouldn't be possible that he should have. Like, he's the sort of guy that should have succumbed to his own fucking chaos. Like, but he seems to manage to discipline himself just enough, like just on the cusp of it. You see him having like. He's done a 36-hour fucking stint of being awake, and he's stayed sober for the whole, you know, whatever. If he has to stop the booze for a month, he will. Like mid-season, I think peak season, he tends to stop boozing. He's he was like, he wanted to be a wrestler when he was a kid, and he ended up just like genuinely, like after not wrestling for 15-20 years. Just started to like call out the person that he had his last amateur match against, who went on to be like, he's actually in Japan Pro. I'm not even joking. Japan Pro Wrestling. Yeah, no, this guy. There's one guy that was in the same like amateur promotion that went on to do something. He's in New Japan Pro Wrestling. You know, he's not famous. He's called Mad Dog something. Mad Dog, you know, McCann or something. And Duncan just found him and just started beefing with him online and ended up winding him up. And I shit you not, one of the things he did is he went to his hometown and went to his local boozer, because they're from a similar area, and called him out on Facebook. Was like Facebook living, going, "I'm at your local boozer, dickhead." Like, and he's just like, he hasn't seen the guy or heard from him for 15 years. And eventually he went down there. They had a bit of a scrap, and he just bigged it up. So basically, this Mad Dog guy though ultimately was just like, he got pissed off in the end, but he was just like. I'm on billboards. I'm doing shows all over the world. Like, I'll do it if you cough up the money. Like, I don't do it for free. And Douglas did. He basically paid him to have a wrestling match with him. And it was so shit that match. He ended up getting concussion from the chair shot as well. He had to let him blow him, and then fuck it. It was so bad that match. But it's because he got the concussion and he just had to get pinned. There was meant to be a bit more, but he just kept on repeating the same fucking, you know, shit promo. But he just did it for a laugh. And he wanted to have this like mental grudge match. And he put this big thing on social media like, my dreams were shattered like, when I was 19, you know. Just for no real reason.
He went back to wrestling.
Well, he must have given up when he was sort of like 18, 19. You know? He had a bit of an injury, just didn't quite make it, and then he started going down and gave up on that dream.
Was Austin not meant to go back to wrestling? He's but he's like fucking 60.
Sorry?
I'm pretty sure Austin's meant to go back. Stone Cold's meant to go back to wrestling.
I think he's only ever he's never done it, has he?
I thought he was quite recently. I think wrestling was no doing stuff there.
He does podcasts. He does his own podcast.
Ah, but I'm pretty sure he was in like WrestleMania or something recently. He was like one of the sort of surprise people. And he kind of considered coming back, but he's like fucking 60. Shit, Ross. Cunt. Fuck him. Fuck. Can't believe I deleted that NBA game. Is it? 8 gigabyte. There we go, it's done. Game delete. Actually affecting the planet. This is about energizing. Yes. Fuck you cunt. Yes, dig. Oh shit. Not good. One dig. Let's go back to the thing. Let's go back to the save. Balloons, eh? Yeah, big balloon fan. Balloon. Oh, I watched the Chris Rock special last night. It was really good, right? Funny at the end where they did like a Will Smith segment in 20 minutes. It's really good, right?
Oh, everyone's laying into him right now.
Just laughing like fucking your wife cheated on you, so you got your son on your your son's friend who shagged your wife to come on the podcast with you. Like, what are you fucking doing? So keep that behind closed doors.
Well, the thing is, she told him like live on TV, I think.
He's like, people ask, did it hurt? He's like, of course it hurt. I can still hear summertime in my ear. It's funny. He was just saying like, Will Smith was fucking cast as Muhammad Ali. And like, Chris Rock was cast as like shitty role. It's like, Will Smith he's a strong guy, right? He's not a fucking wee guy, eh? I think he was saying more about how it kind of severed a friendship, eh? That's what he kind of said about me.
Yeah, it's definitely a weird situation.
It's weird out. He was actually quite emotional at the end of the special. It was quite unusual to watch it. It's more the crowd response there. He was like, I felt like, he was kind of upset. Good though. Yes, don't shit. Yes, fuck you. Get. Oh. Yeah. I was proper in tears, right? It's kind of surprising. Chris Rock's quite stoic, funny guy. What's everybody's favourite plastic bag? It's my stand-up opening. What's everybody's favourite plastic bag? I gone down to Highland Beach. 4 hours. Everybody's like, ooh, following me. They got that 4 hours. If you go Timpson's down there.
Of course it is.
Of course. Why do Simpsons know how to make or repair keys and shoes? I always wondered why they combined. Let me actually talk about it. Go ahead.
Well, it's quite a general thing, isn't it? Quite a lot of shoe repair places also cut keys. Maybe it's just one of them.
Yeah.
But it must just be one of them jobs where the tools are the same. So it's like it's an old school thing, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
it comes from the old school. It comes from the days when like every little community had like a butchers, a bakers, a veg.
Yeah, it's like blacksmith. It's always usually one member of staff. Yeah,
I can see why all these people like have come to Britain and decided to just open like convenience stores, just everyday stores. You know, you see them immigrants, man, like they're fucking. They got money. Like there's a dude that does. He does Uber. He annoys me, but he is a nice bloke. He's this big Palestinian dude, and he just walks right to the front with a big grin. Who's waiting? Just starts shouting his number and just starts being really cheeky with everyone. Pretends he doesn't speak any English. Hardly speaks any English. But pretends he speaks even less. And I just have to fucking engage with him every time I see him, just for my own sanity. The cunt's just constantly working though, and on the phone. Do you know what they're doing apparently? When like you see these Arabic.
I told you this. I know what they're doing.
So you told me. I was about to say that as well.
Trades and stuff.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
So he's always on that, and he's literally working all the time. And I've said he's got like 11 kids.
Yeah, big shagger.
He's just it's his wife, but yeah.
Nah.
I said to him like, how many are you having? And he was just like, I think she's got number 10 already on like she's pregnant with number 10, and he wants 11 for a football team. Like what?
Oh,
You're such a man.
Yeah.
But he's just, from his point of view, he's from Palestine. He managed to make it out of the war zone. He's just loving life.
Not for a football team.
Yeah, he's just got this fucking mad ambition to like dedicate his whole life to raising his kids and nurturing them to be a top football team. Probably killing all the girls that come out because he wants to have a men's team or something like that. Just abandoning the girls. Like, no, we must have all men so we can go back to Palestine in 20 years' time and reap World Cup glory.
Kim, think about it. Anybody from India or Pakistan that I know is loaded. I don't know one that's like lower class scum like me. They're fucking mental and massive houses.
I think what it is with any nationality that comes to other countries and settles. So we're getting the best of them almost. We're getting the best of the common man. Like the common Pakistani or Indian or Bengali that moved over in the 70s was the best of them because they were motivated enough that they were like, right, cool, let's go and
they're relaxed and service.
Yeah, so all their offspring are like that. Do you know apparently generational wealth only lasts 3 generations typically?
One generation would be. Surely...
One generation works hard to get it, and they've got nothing. They work hard to get it, and then the next generation has that money, but they saw that they come from a parent that didn't. Then their kids, they end up being they end up squandering it because they came from rich kids.
That's not every case, so surely.
No, it's just typically. I think it's just like a rough guideline. That's what happens. And it won't necessarily obliterate it. You know, it might still. And maybe let's say if you have, there's 3 kids, maybe one of them of the 3rd generation, maybe one of them carries on his side of the family being wealthy, and the other 2 squander it. I don't know. Not necessarily squander, but they just don't have the same.
The
same work ethic.
Training.
Yeah, and that as well. Whereas the 2nd generation have got their dad, who was 1st generation, has nothing to teach them. The 3rd generation were raised by 2nd generation rich kids, but they didn't have. I said to Albie before, like, what do you do with how do you keep your kids grounded in reality and stuff, like with certain things you can't afford anything. You know, I was like, what do you do with schools specifically? And what he basically they all go to their first school in like a normal school. I think maybe even middle school as well. It's up to basically high school is a private school that he pays for. It's like £9 a term or something.
No.
But yeah, he does that so that they get a good idea on a base level. Well, he could send them to private school for their whole life, but he doesn't. So they grow up.
A joke in the Chris Rock special talking about his kids. The kids are obviously well off and that they're well recognised dad. He says his daughter, it's a really posh school, obviously a really rich school, like high school age. His daughter was caught taking like truancy from school. She wasn't there. About her and their white pals, there's 4 white pals and his daughter. And the parents all paid the school to just leave it. And Chris Rock was like, no, she needs to learn a fucking lesson. He said, that's the sort of difference between white and black folk. He's like, you don't teach your kids, you just fucking pay their way.
Well, yeah, people like Chris Rock would have come from relative, you know, or their parents.
He was talking about, yeah, if he was caught skiving, he would get fucking his ass kicked.
Yeah.
He told his daughter, no, you have to learn for this. But he's like, all my friends are going to school. But you fucking, don't broke the rules, so you can learn.
Look at what Shaq says about his kids with regards to, you know, you must have seen him saying, like, we're not rich, I'm rich. Like, the money that their family's got is his money.
Yeah.
And while he'll spend it on stuff for them growing up, when, you know, he's not just...
Yes.
I'm sure he was... Same with Gordon Ramsay, he said he's going to leave his kids nothing.
Yeah, he's still learning the hard way.
Yeah, I'm sure at the same time, if one of Ramsay's kids went and spent 15 years working in kitchens, and then came to him and went, Dad, I want to open my own restaurant, here's my business plan.
He would treat them as a customer, like a...
But that's it. Also assuming he'd actually legitimately done all the proper craft as well. You know, Gordon Ramsay would have to probably judge that himself by watching it.
I'm talking about how high schools in America are so corrupted that way. It's like, yeah, your kid can stay, but you'll have to pay a fee. What, like a fucking fine? I was talking about Chris Rock's single, he's his ex-wife. It's about how he goes on dates with all like people of all ages, like women of all ages. He says these women in their 50s that want more stuff from. But it's like you go with somebody that's like 20 and it's like, I want a pair of shoes. There you go. It's like the older women want more stuff. It's interesting. It was obviously telling a sort of joke. Yeah,
we had a DJ at Roadhouse that was a big black guy who liked to go for women in their 50s. He was like 30. And he had the fittest birds throwing themselves in, honestly. I used to sit and be like, what are you doing? And he was just like, nah, it's just good, man. And then he'd just go over and like pull some like 55-year-old.
No.
Yeah, he just like they got life experience.
Shit, can I get on that phone? I'm gonna quickly eat a lion bar.
Okay.
Yeah. When's Cities coming out? Cities Skylines. Have you been watching much Sons of the Forest gameplay?
Not particularly, no, like barely any since we last spoke, to be honest. I was getting it suggested quite a lot, and then not now.
Lemmy's been playing it because I've got it on my YouTube.
There was a shop I saw earlier in Saltine called Sons of the Desert. I was like, huh? And it's just like hiking and camping type stuff. So it's a really weird location for that shop, to be honest.
I wonder if it comes from something like a quote or something. A biblical quote. Sons of the whatever. It was supposed to be called Sons of the Forest because you were playing as the guy's son. It seems to have just changed that. The title. Okay.
Yeah, they have changed that.
That was the end, and you were in a hotel room, and the guy, you were looking at a map, and it fucking panned up, and there's a really badly animated boy or teenager sitting on a bed. So, the twist to this amazing story that is kind of rubbish. To be honest. Crappy ending. The difference got a better plot with Forest. Forest 1 or Samaritan?
I'll say I enjoyed the Samaritans plot more, but critical acclaim.
Ah, well, yeah.
Forest is pretty good. Like, for how simplistic they made it. But you've got what I really liked about it, and I think you'll probably agree. I've got a feeling, is that it was almost old school in that you had to read stuff in order to understand it. You weren't like, they didn't hold your hand through the story. You could completely miss the point of the story if you wanted to.
Yeah. It was. It felt like being on that adventure. That's what I think the game was like, especially when I was telling you, when I played the game first, I was playing on my own, and I was genuinely terrified to go in the cave. Every cave and it was getting larger and more tunnels and be like.
I was always scared of getting lost. It was only towards the end when I was playing.
Yeah, I mean, I got lost, but I couldn't trust out how to escape at any point. But yeah, it was.
When we do Sons of the Forest, we're doing lamps.
I was seeing the lamps.
I'm going to be taking that fairly seriously. I'm going to be streaming it.
Don't worry. I'll be playing it for sure, like loads of. It would take a time of work to play it. I think you need to go back to Hell. Green Hell. I think you should maybe give it another go.
I'll be prepared to give it another go, yeah.
Honestly, it's a great game, it's really good. It is difficult to get XP, but once you learn all the shortcuts and that, yeah, sorry. You know when it was showing you all the things you had to do to survive, it was like, oh, heal this, get this, do this. That was pretty much the tutorial, which is why you might have been put off it. It's not always like that, it's just that was trying to show you how to do stuff. It wasn't like you were doing that all the time. Yes. Oh man, I might watch that Chris Rock older special.
Not a massive Chris Rock fan, he's alright. He's good.
When it comes to US comedy, it has to be kind of surreal for me to really go.
Yeah, same. It's not. It's too simple, Chris Rock.
It's obviously catered to a certain demographic, let's say. There is some good bits, the kind of classic one with like, don't charge the price of guns high, charge the price of bullets. That's a classic one.
Oh, such a conspiracy. I don't want to go on about gun control, fuck it, but yeah, it's such a conspiracy, like voting tool now, isn't it, these days? Everything is, they've decided they've worked out how to weaponise conspiracies in politics.
That thing, the Fox News, it was the guy, it was like, illegal immigrants are coming here to eat our bald eagles. That was genuinely a headline, but it was obviously to get the context. They were coming here, but they were hunting animals. Like, you can like in like the woods and that, like in Texas, you know, they were hunting for like fucking bowling and stuff. But Fox News said it was eagles that were coming to get it, 'cause it was more patriotic. Amazing that. It's like, how can you
Wow.
hunt a bald eagle? It's pretty fucking hard, like, it was flying a bit.
It's a mission, that, isn't it? Like, even if you were
Aye.
evil enough to do that, it's just like, there's plenty of other things to hunt.
And they're probably not very good if they're not. You hear about like, obviously meat and stuff. But you didn't hear of folk eating eagles, right? It's good news.
I heard a conspiracy the other day that was that woman that went missing. That was a fake story, and it's all part of the agenda to try and get us chipped. So we get chipped so that when your loved ones go missing, yeah, when your loved ones go missing, because everyone's going to want to.
I bet it was posted on Facebook or some social media thing anyway as well.
Honestly, I'd be perfectly happy to if I was married, I would probably have the conversation with my wife to get, if it was just a tracking chip, I would suggest that we both get chipped.
Or you can just find their phone.
Well, they found that woman's phone, didn't they? They didn't know she survived.
I don't. Do you think she fell in? Do you think she jumped in?
I don't think she jumped in, no.
It's kind of, if it is, it's kind of a strange way to go, a strange way to do herself in. She maybe just slipped in and was shocked. Water.
She could have just hit her head on a rock or something.
A seizure. They said that she had alcohol problems as well.
I think that was just blown out of proportion for the sake of trying to find the narrative.
Yeah.
Like, that's just, she's a woman that goes of the age of menopause. That's all I took from that.
I mean, she can look quite healthy in the pictures, right?
Yeah, and maybe she drank 10% more than she normally has. For
like a bottle of wine extra.
Yeah, bottle of wine extra a year.
Nah, and they're like
something like that.
She's
like a month.
Depressed. Must have been depressed and walked away.
I mean, they've obviously, first thing the police are going to do is, I didn't chime in at all about what I thought of that case, and I'll talk private about it. But obviously, the first thing the police do is they look for any signs of a struggle, didn't they? And they ruled that out straight away. There was no like scuffing, like I assume by the
river. Yeah, like footprints in it.
Yeah, she might have slipped in enough of a way that, but the dog would have gone after her. So I don't know.
My pal said it was a hunting dog as well, so the dog would have been pretty alert. It was something like that.
Yeah, I think that's just a bit of a freak occurrence in the fact that the dog didn't provide the solution. Well, you'd think the dog, if it was, even if it couldn't save her, like as soon as anyone else gets by her, the dog would be barking. Surely, you'd think, but no.
Didn't really get it. It was a serious
shit
thing.
Dog. Just a shit dog.
Shit
broken.
Dog, That's horrible. Though. I mean, the fact that the husband was getting shit for it, I just fucking hate the media.
Oh well, that's a fucking. That's today's world all over. It's just like instantly, it's the man's sinister plot.
The fact that it was folks showing up fucking doing TikToks and that in the crime scene was just too horrific.
Well, again, there's the types of people that like. You'd be surprised how many of these 5G lot in particular, they're guilty of some stuff. So it's almost like they're projecting onto other people to try and make themselves out like. So it's like an extra form of virtue signaling.
Okay, there, man.
Yeah, YouTuber was found. The TikToker that they arrested was someone that's in the past. Found with indecent images and children.
I think they took a video of the coroner taking away the body. Horrible.
Yeah, I mean it's just. Oh, he was actually searching in people's sheds and stuff nearby, in gardens. Ridiculous. Fuck it, it's not a game. And other people as well also go missing around a similar time. It's just because she was a fit woman.
Fit white woman.
Yeah, I mean, admittedly, also because the case was still active. You know, there's some things that don't get.
Do you honestly think if she was black and old, you'd be pretty much impressed? Not
Not
like,
as much, no.
no.
Or just Indian, or not like.
Yeah, Chinese.
I think, to be honest, the key in that sentence though was old. I think just if it was an old person, they wouldn't give a fuck.
Old person collapsed, had a heart attack, came in and fucking fell in the water.
I mean, you have to ring the alarm bells because that was just more chances of people solving it. Like if everyone's on the alert, but while it's still active, while they haven't been found. So that's why I would chip myself. I'll happily do that. Just for the tracking. I'm not up for Neuralink, to be honest. I mean, I'd be willing to hear it out.
That's a bit too sci-fi for me, like, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't like the idea of a machine that had to read my thoughts.
It just sounds a little bizarre, but that's like the possibility these days.
Well, my thoughts can be pretty fucking mental. Like, what does it do?
Yeah.
Does it alert people to certain thoughts? Because I think of stuff like hypothetically that was just jokes, but
Intrusive
you know what I mean? Like,
thoughts as well. People get, I get intrusive thoughts. Not like total worrying, but it's like, do you know? This sounds kind of dark, but if you climb up a bridge and you go, I could throw myself off this right now. It's not that you would do it, but it's just an intrusive thought. It's something you don't have
yeah,
control
I've had
over.
that. I always had that. Yeah.
That's
Is that
what
what
it's
that
like. Used to have it at school. Is that I could jump up and punch a teacher in the balls in there. But you can, but you shouldn't. So if
Yeah, I mean,
Elon read that,
it's,
you go, oh, he wants to
it's
punch.
pretty close to actually having your thoughts policed.
Yeah.
Like, eventually, it's just a precursor to that. Eventually, and I don't know how that'd work. But if if you could, I'm all for that technology, as long as if it can help restore motor functions and stuff. But like, to be able to think something and then it comes on Google on my phone,
Yeah, so like to,
I'll just press it. Don't.
aye, didn't want to start including electronics in our bodies, like a tag, I don't know if I can understand, but
Yeah, a tracking chip is the
mind-reading
thing that I'll
things,
deal with.
that's literally just a phone that's always on you in a way. Carry on, I gotta. Hero. Is it only Hinniger, Shearer and Ian Wright that's on the matches there?
Yeah, I mean the BBC got loads. It's gone further than Match of the Day specifically. Loads of BBC pundits. They're not.
No, Sport one.
Football Focus is out as well. Jermaine Genius and Tim Sherwood and Chris Sutton, I think, have all gone nope. Danny Mills.